I live by that. I feel that.
So somebody that can't go in the sun without sunscreen, man, your opinion don't even matter to me, man. God don't even fuck with you that much, bitch. Your opinion don't matter to me.
Come on now.
Like, I'm just saying, like, people be caring about being liked. I don't give a fuck who don't like me. Like, when they talk to Black Lives Matter, I say, man, I don't really care for niggas like that. I don't care to be around them. Because there's always some bullshit. Well, I'm going to go back to the black community. Hey, good luck. Good luck. Why you ain't done now? Because you don't want that kind of pressure that's going to get applied.
Right. Man.
Because we kill each other all day. Talk about each other behind each other back. Any family get together and we gossiping in the kitchen. Nigga, you just seen me outside. And you can't judge me off a scale in the kitchen and decided to turn into a bitch ass nigga when you went in the kitchen. Yeah, Gates, he really think. Come on, man. That's all we do. When you look at my comments, the people saying negative shit be niggas. The Black Lives Matter movement, they got mad at me. They said, I told them, hey, listen, I wasn't made for everybody to like.
That's real.
I told them, you know what's worse than a nigga? They was like, what? Another one?
Ooh, damn.
We kill each other all day. The song, I fuck your bitch, I kill you, bust your head, you know, and then we talk about each other behind each other back. And then soon as a white person kill one of us, y'all should have left him. Y'all should have let him live. Why? So we could kill him. That's all.
Damn. That's deep.
Be jumping up and down, hollering, talking about that Black Lives Matter. Who do they matter to? Even the songs you listen to, you ready to hear about a nigga talking about he gonna split a nigga shit? Cause I like that type of shit too now. I like in the kitchen and they like to hear a nigga get their top popped in a song. I do. I'm being honest. Yeah. But I don't really too much like, if I be wrong, niggas, my antennas go up.
You be feeling away.
No, it's just cause of where I've been at. It's because I grew up in them environments.
For sure. No, that makes sense. I get it. Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Where it happened at the club? You at the club, a bunch of niggas.
Where I grew up.
This what it go down.
Where I grew up at. Shots waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, so why would I put myself in that situation? Anywhere I gotta be and have a gun, hey, I don't need to be there. God bless me. Right. Now, if you don't feel like God bless me, that's cool. But look at my situation and your situation. God bless me, homie. 100%. I ain't stupid. I know what's up. I like to hear nigga get their top popped in a song. I do. I'm being honest. Yeah. But I don't really too much like, if I be wrong, niggas, my antennas go up.
You be feeling away.
No, it's just because of where I've been at. It's because I grew up in them environments.
For sure. No, that makes sense. I get it. Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Where it happened at the club? You at the club, a bunch of niggas.
Where I grew up.
This what it go down.
It's the same thing repeating itself. What?
So there you have it. That was Kevin Gates explaining about, you know, what he experienced and what his you know, what's on his mind about the issues in our Black community. But I do want to hear from you, Hakeem, because, you know, this kind of goes towards you in the West. So if you don't mind, I'd like to go first.
Sometimes we just can't listen to everybody.
Hakeem, you muted. You muted on Chaos side, YouTube.
Sometimes we can't listen to everybody, Jordan. And I thank you for answering this. I don't know if he actually reads the statistics, the actual statistics as far as black on black crime. Like, it's like per capita, white folks kill each other more. There's more of them here. So when we start breaking down on cities and range and stuff like that, there's nuances to this. So when I hear that, that's just a person who just don't like being black.
I disagree.
You could, no problem, and I agree with you. But there's all these how can I play, like him, Charleston White, all these guys play quasi games with words to try to sound articulate, but they don't know what the facts behind that. Some people have narratives to promote when it's not even that. Go ahead.
No, I disagree with you because at the same time, if you do look at the stat, yes, it's white on white crime. It is hard because they are majority of the black population. But yeah, we do reports over here numerous of times of black people deleting each other over and over again, especially when it comes to the aspect of women, children, and also grandmothers. There's a problem that being plagued in our community and it needs to stop. We've been fighting for this IQ for how many years now in Jordan? Over 50 years. We've been doing marches and protests and say, okay, we need to stop the violence in the black community, but yet violence still occurs. Now, at the same time, when it comes to Kevin Gates, he's the one that's creating some of the music. So that's the only thing I didn't understand that. Even though he don't do the same music like he used to back in the days, but if you listen to some of his songs, he used to do the same thing, promoting violence in the black community. I'm not gonna put no shades to him. He did. So for us to do better as people, I think the first thing, like the honorable Martin Luther King, not Martin Luther King, Honorable Malcolm X always say that we gotta love ourselves. Until we start loving ourselves, then we'll see change in our community. Until then, Hakeem and Jordan will still continue to see high violent crime, deadly crime when it comes to aspect of the black community. It's never gonna change. Go ahead.
Now this really being in this earth for 34 years and being around certain cities and everything, and and how what Kevin Gates is coming from, the experience he's seen or experience that me, Hakeem, Ronnie sees. Okay, I get what he's saying like that, but just being around, majority of a lot of black people in different cities like that, and being around certain areas like that, I don't, especially here in Los Angeles, people, I don't have that feeling. I've been down south central a bunch of times, a bunch of black peoples. Some of them are gangsters and everything, and it's just like I get like a good, respectable vibe, and to me it's like, if I was younger, Jordan, 20 years yourself, if I would say, black people does this, absolutely. But this would be around so many black people in my lives right now, being in certain situations. We're not just about black on black bias or anything like that. We we're together. We like probably the most fun group to be around. White people sometimes I see white people won't be in our group, Asians won't be in our group and everything like that. When it comes to majority of black people I see and everything, do we have a problem? Yes. But to me, it's I don't think it's it's not talking enough of how when we're around good black people, who saying it's mindset, when I think about Robinson, all that type of stuff, it's a good vibe like that. And I see too much of that. It's like, we look at the black community, it's not just black or black crime, drink, smoke, abusive and everything. We're more than just that. And I just see so much, especially here, I just see so much of that and everything, that I just I don't want us to be labeled like black people do, we're the worst and everything and certain things, which we're not. If you look at certain statistics, though, that's especially, and also here in LA, mostly there's a 50% of Mexicans. There's a lot more crimes I see from Mexicans, maybe because it's more of the percentage they live here than I see white and white kind of black and black crime, something like that. So when you in different geographics and everything, it's just, the numbers are the numbers and everything, but when you go, in different types of cities, we go to Detroit, Miami, Atlanta, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, there's like I said, there might be some high crime or black. There might be some high crime or black people, black crime, but there are also some cities that's very low crime like that, and they don't really push the narrative like that, because what gets the views, black or black crime, it's always well. But if you saw some of the good deeds about black people, you won't get a view whatsoever, especially on TikTok or Instagram. It doesn't get the views.
Facts. That was it's promoted.
Yeah,
they want us to destroy ourselves. Go ahead.
So I want to note this, because I think that this is why I think that there needs to be more professional people to talk about this, because
I agree.
He's an entertainer. So there's something I want to stress. Now, crime is just not only about just race. There's multi-layer situations to it. A lot of it has to do with structural, socioeconomics, environmental flows. And you got to understand, when they talk about black on black crime, Jordan mentioned something about geographic. There's things called geographic segregation. And sometimes when they take a stat of a city and they say this city averaged 500 unalivings. Now, if this 500 unalivings, are they including all black, white, Hispanic, interracial, all that bundles all into one. So this is why people have to understand you got to go to the CDC and look at statistics and actually look at data. And media plays an influence on often misconstruing how crimes are presented. There's misconception about race and crime all the time.
I want to add this too, Hakeem. You know, and a lot of these, you did make the great point. Go to the CDC because there are some local or even national news will take they have the information of what they have in the CDC, but they kind of put it into the narrative of like, hey, look at this number, tweet this number, and everything. It's like sometimes when you see, let's just say, black crime when it comes to murders is lower than the white thing. But when it comes to like domestic violence, which they will put in there, they might pump that up and show how black people are the most abusive compared to if you look at in a violence, but you look at the white people, they might be murdering more, but it comes to more physical violence than black people, and they'll kind of switch the narrative and say, hey, black people are still doing this, they're still doing that, and they won't. And like I said, it's not promoted like that, like it should. I'll see how good black people are doing.